Welcome, everyone, to Wisdom and Wealth. Here, we delve into the profound intersections of inner peace and practical wisdom, especially for those of us navigating the second half of life. Today, we're exploring a fascinating question that has puzzled thinkers for centuries: why do our dreams vanish so quickly? Why, no matter how vivid or emotionally charged they feel in the moment, do they slip away the instant we awaken? This mystery has haunted sages, scientists, and seekers alike for generations. But perhaps the answer lies not just in the scientific explanation, but in something deeper, more profound. What if forgetting our dreams isn't a flaw of the human mind, but a sacred design? What if it's a design that in its own way preserves our sanity, protects our spirit, and gently leads us back to the fundamental truth of who we are? Let us journey together, you and I, through the unseen layers of consciousness, guided not only by modern science, but by the timeless wisdom that has its origin in Buddhism. If you find this exploration intriguing, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for more content on mindful living and inner wealth. In the quiet hours of the night, when the world falls away and the ego dissolves into silence, the mind enters a space unlike any other. It is here, in this dream world, that the subconscious begins to speak. Some dreams are beautiful, some are terrifying, some offer clarity, others chaos. Yet, regardless of what we see, nearly all of it vanishes when we awaken. From a Buddhist lens, this is no accident. Our waking mind, driven by the prefrontal cortex, the seat of logic, reason, and self-awareness, takes a backseat during dreaming. In its place, deeper emotional and symbolic regions light up, creating a stage upon which the unconscious plays its drama. This altered state of consciousness invites an experience that feels incredibly real, even though its foundation is impermanence itself. Dream amnesia, therefore, serves as a gatekeeper. It helps us return to our daily life grounded in clarity, not confusion. Science refers to it as a neurochemical transition. The chemicals that support vivid dream creation are different from those responsible for long-term memory formation. But on a deeper level, could it be that nature, or perhaps our own awakened mind, has chosen to protect us from remembering too much of the surreal? This is our first lesson: not all knowledge must be retained. Some truths are meant to pass through us like wine through a forest. They touch us, stir us, and then move on. Enjoying this so far? Why not give us a like, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our exploration into mindful living and inner wealth. Many ancient teachings speak of the mind as both a mirror and a veil. In dreams, that veil is lifted temporarily. We see possibilities not bound by logic. We fly, we fall, we become someone else, we die and are reborn, all within a single night. To awaken with those memories intact, day after day, could blur the boundary between what is real and what is imagined. In Buddhist psychology, clarity of perception is vital. Confusing illusion with reality is the root of suffering, the very foundation of ignorance. And so, the brain, or perhaps the deeper mind, has evolved what scientists now call a reality firewall, a mechanism that gently erases dreams before they integrate too deeply into waking consciousness. From a psychiatric standpoint, this makes perfect sense. Studies show that individuals with conditions like schizophrenia often retain dreamlike perceptions into their waking life, struggling to distinguish what truly happened. Buddhist teachers have long warned against clinging to mental images, reminding us that liberation comes not from holding on, but from letting go. The act of forgetting, then, is not a failure, it is grace. It is a kindness built into the very architecture of our mind. Many times, I've awakened with a heavy heart, a lingering sense of loss from a dream I could not fully recall. In those moments, I used to feel frustrated, even cheated. But over time, with meditation and insight, I came to see that what remains from a dream, the mood, the faint symbols, the underlying energy, is often all we need. The details are lost, yes, but the essence remains. If these ideas about mindful living and inner wealth are intriguing, make sure that you subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. Dreams can be emotionally intense. Some leave us breathless with joy, others shaking with fear. These are not just phantom emotions, they are real experiences within the dreaming mind. Yet, imagine if every dream, every sorrow, every delight carried over into our day. The emotional residue would be overwhelming. Here, the Buddhist concept of equanimity, upekkha, becomes crucial. Equanimity is the ability to remain calm and balanced, no matter what arises. If we began our day burdened with the full emotional weight of our dreams, our stability would be lost before breakfast. Dream amnesia, then, acts as an emotional buffer. It filters out unnecessary residue. Research confirms this. Individuals who remember their dreams more vividly also score higher on neuroticism and emotional sensitivity. This isn't inherently bad, but it shows a link to how much dream memory may destabilize the waking mind. So, again, we see forgetting not as weakness, but as wisdom, a compassionate inner process that protects our peace. In Buddhist practice, we are taught not to chase every thought or emotion, but just to observe, let them arise and pass away. Dreams are the same. If we grasp them too tightly, they become suffering. If we let them go, they become teaching. One of the most elegant views of dreaming is that it is the mind's way of processing, filing, and organizing, like a monk sweeping the temple floor at dawn. The brain sorts through the day's impressions, some to be kept, some to be discarded. In this light, forgetting the dream itself is not a loss, it is a natural result of completion. The important lessons, those connected to our growth, are filed into long-term memory, even if we don't recall how we got them. It's why we sometimes wake up with new clarity, new solutions to problems, fresh perspectives. We've been working through the night, silently and unknowingly. The Buddha often spoke of the mind as a garden. Dreams may be the unseen hands pulling weeds, nourishing roots, tending the soil. Not all gardeners need to be seen, not all labor needs to be remembered. Some of the world's greatest creations were born in dreams, poems, music, inventions. But interestingly, it is often not the dream itself that sparks genius, but the half-remembered echo of it, a fragment, a feeling. Cognitive scientists now suggest that this partial recall is essential. When we remember only part of a dream, the conscious mind begins to fill in the blanks. In doing so, it forges new connections, new meanings. Like a Zen koan, it invites contemplation rather than explanation. This aligns beautifully with Buddhist creativity. The deepest art, the most profound insight, often emerges not from clarity, but from mystery, from what is almost remembered, what is just beyond reach. Forgetting, in this context, becomes fertile ground. I once had a dream of a door that I could not open. I woke with the image vividly etched in my mind. For days, I meditated on it. Eventually, it revealed something I had long buried in my heart. The dream itself is gone now, all that remains is the door. And it was enough. Modern quantum physics has opened doors of understanding that resonate profoundly with ancient Buddhist insights. One of the more mysterious ideas is the notion of non-local consciousness, that awareness may not be limited to the physical brain. In dreams, we may be tapping into fields of awareness beyond the personal. Just as subatomic particles can influence each other across vast distances, the mind, too, in its dream state, may access nonlinear time and multi-layered realities. This mirrors the Buddhist understanding of the storehouse consciousness, a vast repository of karmic imprints from lifetimes past. But why, then, do we forget these profound journeys upon waking? Perhaps because our waking consciousness is not yet calibrated to hold such complexity. As Tibetan master Chogyam Trungpa once said, the truth is too simple for the clever man. Forgetting becomes a form of mercy, a grace. It allows us to re-enter the world of duality gently, without the overwhelm of too many worlds crashing into one. In quantum language, it is the collapse of the wave function, the infinite possibilities become one concrete reality. In Buddhist terms, it is skillful means, guiding the practitioner to focus on this life, this breath, this moment. Dream amnesia, then, is not a glitch in the system, it is the system itself, pointing us back to what is real. In Buddhist meditation, the ultimate aim is to awaken, to see reality as it is, free from delusion. The dream state, in this view, becomes not a playground, but a dojo, a space for training. Tibetan Buddhism, particularly through the practice of dream yoga, teaches that dreams can be used to cultivate lucidity, mindfulness, and wisdom. But even in schools that do not emphasize dream practice, the dream world is acknowledged as a mirror of our inner attachments. When we forget a dream, we are not losing a lesson, we are surrendering the form while retaining the essence. It is said that in deep meditation, insights arise not in words, but in flashes of direct knowing. So, too, in dreams, what we forget in narrative may remain, a shifted awareness, altered karma, or softened resistance. I have personally experienced dreams that faded upon waking, only to later realize that their emotional residue shaped my day, my mood, even my choices. The story was gone, but the seed had been planted. This is the teaching: trust the process. Like the Buddha under the Bodhi tree, the fruits of your practice may ripen unseen. If remembering dreams were beneficial for survival, wouldn't natural selection have favored those who remembered more? Instead, the opposite appears to be true. Our ancestors needed to focus sharply on waking threats, predators, fire, enemies. A vivid memory of a dream about falling or flying might distract from real dangers. Evolution, therefore, may have wired our brains to swiftly discard dreams. This doesn't negate the value of dreams, rather, it highlights the wisdom of simplicity. The human brain, like all things in nature, evolves toward efficiency. To carry the emotional and cognitive weight of every dream would be energetically wasteful and potentially hazardous. Research supports this. Studies show that threatening dreams are more likely to be remembered than neutral ones. This suggests the brain filters content based on survival relevance. In Buddhist psychology, this aligns with the concept of karma vipaka, the result of intentional actions. That which is relevant to our karmic development is retained, the rest fades. Furthermore, Buddhist meditation trains the mind to differentiate between reality and illusion. Dream amnesia might serve a similar purpose, helping us distinguish waking life from the theater of the subconscious. Clarity, after all, is a cornerstone of liberation. Perhaps the deepest layer of this inquiry concerns our very sense of self. Who are we really? The body changes, thoughts arise and pass, even our memories are impermanent. Buddhism teaches that there is no fixed self, only a stream of phenomena flowing in awareness. Dreams disrupt our sense of self. In one dream, you are a child, in another, a bird, in another, you are dying. These shifting identities can be unsettling. Yet, each morning we return to the stable construct we call me. This daily return may be more than just biological, it could be a spiritual reset. Dream amnesia might serve to recalibrate our consciousness, recentering us in this specific incarnation. This is not to deny other realms or other selves, but to affirm the sacredness of this one. A study in trends in cognitive sciences proposed that moving through different sleep stages might be essential for maintaining a stable self-image. As Buddhist practitioners, we can see this as a mirror of the meditative path. We explore the depths, touch the void, and return wiser, emptier, freer. The Thai forest monk Ajahn Chah once said, "The heart is like a guest house. Let each experience enter, but don't let it stay." Dreams are among those guests. Their forgetting is not a failure, but a practice of letting go. We've examined dreams not as random neurological firings, nor as mere fantasies, but as sacred expressions of the subconscious, karmic, and cosmic dimensions of our being. So, where does this leave us as seekers, practitioners, and humble dreamers? The Buddhist path does not demand perfect recollection or detailed insights, it asks only for presence, moment by moment. We are invited to show up fully, not just in meditation, but in brushing our teeth, speaking kindly, washing a bowl. If dreams vanish like mist at dawn, let them. The lesson remains. If you wake with no memory of the night, trust that something subtle has shifted. And if you long to remember, then practice not just dream journaling, but mindfulness, compassion, and letting go. The more present you are in your waking life, the more present you become in the dream world. But even then, remember this: some dreams are not meant to be remembered, they are meant to be lived quietly in the transformed heart. As the Zen master Dogen wrote, to study the way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. To forget the self is to be awakened by all things. And so, we forget and are remembered. And so, we sleep and are awakened. What if forgetting your dreams is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be honored? What if your mind, your karma, and your consciousness are already doing the work, even while you sleep? What if the dreams you forget are the most transformative of all? As a Buddhist practitioner, I find great solace in not needing to know everything. Wisdom is not accumulation, but clarity. The clearest truths are often felt, not remembered. So, tonight as you drift into the dreaming world, do not fear forgetting. Bow to it, thank it, let it go, and wake up ready to live with deeper grace. If this exploration has touched something in you, a question, a curiosity, a sense of quiet knowing, then I invite you to continue the journey. Reflect on your own relationship with dreams. Start a journal, but also start noticing how you feel, how you change, even when you don't remember why. Practice mindfulness in your daily life. The more awake you are now, the more you will awaken in all realms. And if this teaching resonated with you, share it with others. Let us create a Sangha, a community of awareness, rooted not in what we know, but in how we love, how we live, and how we let go. Until next time, may you rest deeply, dream freely, and awaken gently. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Wisdom and Wealth, and consider leaving a comment down below to keep the conversation going.